What is coaching? What is mentoring? Is it the same thing? Should I work with a mentor or should I work with a coach? My answer to that question is hello, my name is Biran and welcome to my channel. Today I'm answering another big question: coaching versus mentoring. What is coaching? What is mentoring? Is it the same thing? I know in many organizations that I work with, they have coaching programs. Mainly their coaches do mentoring rather than coaching. So what is the difference, or maybe what are the similarities between two different professions? Let's start with the first thing. So mentoring. If you are mentoring someone, if you are a mentor, it means that you are giving them advice. You are showing them the way forward. You are teaching them, you are educating them. Yeah, you rely on your resources rather than discovering their own resources. Whereas in coaching, you're not giving advice, you're not teaching them anything. What you do is helping them to identify their own path. You do this by asking questions that would raise their own awareness about the situation, about themselves, about others in the environment. You do a very deep listening, empathetic listening to be able to trigger their thinking. You help them to identify their own values, their own strengths, and you help them to identify their own path. This is helping them to help themselves. This is my definition of coaching: helping others to help themselves by helping them to access their own resources. The other difference between mentor and the coach: you don't need to be credentialed to become a mentor. Anyone who has more experience can give advice or suggestions to others. But whereas coaching, you need to really get a good understanding of human psychology. So the big question is, which one is better, mentoring or coaching? Should I work with a mentor or should I work with a coach? My answer to that question is none of them is better than the other, because they're two different professions. Sometimes you don't know what you don't know. That is the time that you want to work with a mentor. You want to get some advice, you want to learn more, so you go out there and find a mentor who can teach you more. But on the other hand, sometimes you need to figure out what's wrong with that situation. Why are you feeling stuck? Why can't you move forward, right? And the answer to that question does not rely on someone else's experiences. It relies in you. You need to discover your own values, your own strengths, what you are capable of or not. And this requires a coaching approach. If you're going to work with a coach, it doesn't matter if the coach has an experience in your industry, in your role, or in a specific problem, because they're not going to give you advice. By the skills that they have, they will hold a mirror to you and they will help you find your own solution. Remember this famous quote by Heraclitus: "No man steps in the same river twice." I believe the brain that holds the problem also holds the solution. And my solution might be very different than your solution, because we're two different individuals. My character, my values, my strengths are different than yours. My experience, my personality is different than yours. What I want to create in this world, or the type of relationships that I want to have, is different than yours. When we are talking about so many differences, it is sometimes insane to think that my advice would be valuable for you in your situation. It might though trigger your thinking, right? It might help you to come up with different options to deal with the problem. That is great. So my ideal approach to both of these professions is to combine them, right? So that is what I do in my own coaching. I be the mirror for the individual. I help them to identify their own resources. But if there's something, some sort of expertise or some sort of knowledge that my coachee doesn't know about, I share that knowledge or expertise with them, but then I follow up with inquiries. Like, this is the tool or structure that is suggested to give feedback. I explain the structure and then I continue with an inquiry and I say, how do you think you might use that? Does that resonate with you? Most important thing in coaching is staying non-judgmental and is staying neutral, giving the responsibility and the choice to the coachee rather than dictating them what to do. I hope this video answered all of your questions about coaching and mentoring. If you have any more questions, leave it in the comments. I'm happy to answer those. And don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Take care.